Like the fact that people are like aware of how they're feeling, that's half the battle. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, just to finish off on the mental health topic, we did put a poll out as we do on our weekends, basically just regarding if you could name one thing football clubs could do to improve the mental health aspect for players, what could it be for yourself, Millie? So if you could say, for example, not just Blackburn Rovers, but in general, what could you see being different going down the line?
I want to know your answer as well afterwards.
Yeah, I've got like 7, so I'm all ears.
Okay. Well, at the minute we do quite a lot of work on this kind of stuff, but it's more like for the team. So it's more like what we can do as individuals for the team.
Yeah.
And kind of like also what the team can do for us as individuals. And we all sit down every week and go through our different values. Yeah, we kind of like have a space where we can talk about like what we value as a team, what we value as individuals, and like behaviors that we expect, like, and it all comes together. So we all agree on certain behaviors. And like, because it's come from all of us, it kind of helps us as a team. Do you know what I mean? It kind of doesn't leave anyone out, kind of.
Being inclusive with everyone.
Yeah.
No, that's good to hear. Because I said something similar as well. It's basically just it's more or less just taking regular breaks away in terms of from football. So for example, if you have a training session every day of the week, maybe one of the sessions isn't particularly hard on the physical aspect, but it's more on the mental aspect, really. So just like you said, valuing what other people value and kind of treating it with a lot more love and attention. Because at the end of the day, the brain is somewhere where only you know what you're kind of thinking and you're in control of, which is great. But other aspects and other influences can ruin it in a bad way and in a different way as well. So it's like that. What was it? Jesse Lingard wanted to take a break away from football a couple of years ago because he was falling out of love with the game. He wasn't enjoying the fact that he wasn't playing as much, but it's just the fact that he didn't know what he could do with his mind, so he had to go out and seek a sports psychologist as well. And I'm not saying that every football club or grassroots club or national league club will have that opportunity to get a sports psychologist in. It's just the fact that it needs to be tended to in the right way. But it should be like, you know how football clubs have like safeguarding officers in their clubs. There should be like a mental health officer in the club as well, so they can actually take out time if people are worried about their performances on the pitch, if people are worried about things at home but they don't know who to open up to, someone who's independent from the club, so they don't have to go around talking to coaches and managers about this, that, and the other and spreading conversation around. I think that would be beneficial personally, and I think that would be really good for especially someone, not saying this happened to you, but someone in your situation who moved to another country, who's dealing with the new situation of dealing with living with somewhere new, trying out different things, learning a different language, etc. I think it would be really beneficial to people. That's personally how I would do it if I had the option.
I agree. I think maybe that's where, like, going back thinking about it, that's maybe where my kind of views on my business lie as well. Like if I could offer that as like an external like thing, I guess, for people just to look at, even if it's just looking at my Instagram or something like that, to help them so they can process it themselves. Because also I think that especially in this country, also probably in Italy when I was there, so probably everywhere, kind of like the term mental health still has the same similar connotations to what it did have. Do you know what I mean? Like people don't feel comfortable going speaking to someone because they think it's not the right thing to do. And obviously me and you understand that it is the right thing to do. There's nothing wrong with it. Like it's normal. But I think that in the football world, people will still have those connotations. And I think to have a platform where they can do it on their own, do you know what I mean? Without confrontation with another person, not confrontation, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Talking to another person without that, if they can have something that they can do on their own, maybe that could be beneficial as well. Like I said, like looking through the Instagram, looking through different videos, seeing what different tips people have. And do you know what I mean?
100%. And it's just like it's just like with you and I as well. It's like with me in my situation again, not being involved in football at the time like I am now. It's just the fact that I went the opposite way. So I went out and I told people, it's like, I am struggling, and I've
Yeah,
never struggled like this before. And some people accepted it, some people didn't. But it's just the fact that with the way that you're looking at doing it, especially with the Mad Mentor Instagram page that you set up as well, that's something where people don't have to put themselves in that situation if they're not brave enough to come out and say, I'm struggling mentally, this has happened, that has happened. They can just
yeah,
look at not fail safes, but like frequent ways of kind of developing themselves to get over it and to move forward and to um, just suppress the demons really in a way, and then they can find that next step after that and then move forward and then surpass everything properly.
yeah. I guess it's just about what the individual feels comfortable with. We can't really say as a collective, like we can say all these values as a collective, but it depends on the individual, which will be so different to the next individual. Do you know what I mean? So
It's no
if
linear path to moving forward. Exactly.
no, exactly. And also quite a lot of work I do is based in the future as well.
Yeah.
So if like there could be a spin on that to kind of, I don't know, kind of what I'm interested in is performance enhancement mainly. So if there's a spin on that in terms of anything, it could be football, it could be sport, but even life, like life is your performance, you know what I mean? Like if you could enhance that and see it in like that kind of spin, do you know what I mean? Like the fact that people are like aware of how they're feeling, that's half the battle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like that's the main part of it.
You've got to accept where you are, and you have to rather look at moving forward or looking at seeking help and then moving forward. But it's just the fact that some people have got the strength to do it within them and some people don't have it, and that's okay. That's understandable.
Yeah. Some people might not know how to do it, so
that's where you come in.
Yeah.
Performance enhancement right there. Nice little plug as well.